It is 2:45 p.m. Friday. The HapCap guys just left. I just have a few more things to finish with the insulation of my house. And it's the best I've felt in the last several days. I've been in and out of the ER twice. Had a total of 3 migraine cocktails. The first 2 were when I went in at 1 in the morning, and they gave me one, and it did not touch it, which was really frightening. That was the night I called 911, and I've never done that before. But I had felt the headache actually my migraine actually lifting around 9 p.m. And I actually felt, good enough to make the longest video I've ever made. It was like an hour long. And I was thinking, finally it's lifted. And then around midnight, I developed the worst headache. I mean, it was the most head pain I've ever felt in my life. And I thought, how ironic. I was just telling people how there's times in my migraine that the headache isn't the worst part. It's more of the extreme wooziness and feeling like you can't balance, or, it's like you feel legitimately impaired. But this was like extremely, extremely painful. And I noticed, I had already been having tingling and numbness on the left side of my face, but it went down my whole body, and my leg was cramping up, and my arm locked into the side and started hurting, hurting. And I'm just like, something's happening. I need to call I need to call someone immediately. And they told me that cluster migraines can mimic stroke symptoms exactly. I had the slurring of speech when they came to when I went to walk. My legs went out from under me. That's now the 3rd time that's happened. It's 3 separate occasions now that's happened, and each time I was not expecting it. It was very it was like when you actually trip over something and fall, but except there was nothing I tripped over. It was just my legs just folded like a table. It was very slow, and I almost wish I could do it on purpose, but I don't think I could fall that gracefully on my own if I tried. But anyway, I noticed they didn't give me a steroid at the end, and I thought, well, maybe that was it. But when the first shot didn't work, they gave me oxygen, just like an oxygen mask. And then I said, the pain level was still, going up. And they said, they gave me a different mix. And they told me what it was, but I don't remember. I think barbital was one of them, Benadryl. I'm pretty sure it's like a pain reliever, an anti-nausea, and the antihistamine, like the Benadryl part. They gave me a second one, and I thought, well, surely that's going to do it. And even though I told them my pain level was the same, they still released me. So I pretty much, had to call a Lyft and go home. I think that's good. I've been roasting vegetables in my mini oven, and I have to unplug it because it just continually runs, and I can't turn the timer off. Where was I? Yeah, the last thing they gave me was Tylenol in my IV. But I left still feeling the symptoms and went home. Toughed it out as much as I could, and then had a friend drive me back because they said I'm having the same numbness and the body contractions. My left foot kept curling under and made it so I couldn't walk. My legs were tightening up, and it's like I felt like I had magnets between my knees, and they were just pulling my legs together to the point where I couldn't release. It was like like a seizing up, not like a seizure where you shake on the floor, but like my whole body was just seizing up, and I couldn't stop it. It was really concerning, but also embarrassing, and I wondered if they thought I was just crazy or, wasting their time, but they were real kind. And when I went back to the ER, it was morning time. It was after, early. I don't forget. I think it was 11 in the morning. But it was a different staff, and they said, well, we noticed they didn't give you the steroid at the end. They said, that's usually do that to prevent rebound headaches. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I noticed that. So they gave me one this time, and I went home and I slept for 16 hours. And today I woke up and feel better than I've felt in the last 4 days. The days have kind of just blurred all together. I was able to I walked to the library today, which was, gave me 2,000 steps, which is great considering I don't think I even broke 1,000 in the last few days. I've just been confined to either the recliner or my bed. So it's been a very draining experience, very scary experience. Disheartening, eye-opening. That's the washing machine you hear in the background. Decided to strip all my bedding, including the mattress cover, and just wash everything, because anytime I spend that much time in bed, and I also have been having a lot of lucid nightmares. I would call them nightmares. Just very vivid dreams. So sometimes I'll wake up and check my watch, and it'll show that I haven't slept at all, but I feel like I was out for hours. Like my sense of time has been really contorted. And I know that's something that I notice a difference when the migraine symptoms have gone. My sense of time is better even in my sleep. Like I can lay down and set an alarm for 5 o'clock, but then also tell myself I want to be up by 5, and I'll wake up 1 minute before the alarm. So I feel like my sense of time is better when I'm migraine free. And right now at this moment, I'm migraine free. In fact, I feel I'm a little bit tired. I'm kind of like, this morning I said I felt like I was weak, or yesterday morning I described feeling like I was weak as a kitten, is how it felt. Just, but I feel stronger today. I was really happy that the USDA paperwork I've been trying to turn in for months, finally just was able to go down to the library and send them a digital copy in like just a couple minutes, and seeing that it was received successfully was like the biggest relief off of my mind, because it's something that I've been stressing about. So I think, that, and coming home, and the HapCap guys, finishing up, and they did a really good job cleaning up today. They cleaned up the floor in the hot tub room where they were doing the ceiling and blowing attic insulation. It looked pretty rough this morning before they came, but they apologized, and they did an extra good job cleaning up today. Just because they know they won't be back until Monday, so. I've just been taking frequent breaks anytime. Like I've been roasting sheet pans full of vegetables, but they're mini, because all I have is my mini oven right now. So I'm just I think that's the 4th tray of vegetables. I did red peppers, yellow peppers, green peppers, and onions, potatoes, eggplant. I was going to do zucchini, but they were too far gone. I had to throw away quite a lot of produce. I wasn't happy about that, but I was happy about especially how those red peppers turned out. They're gorgeous. They're just something so beautiful about a roasted red pepper. And now I have green and yellow as well. So I've got a whole array of roasted vegetables, and I should be able to make some lentils or some kind of protein base. I didn't get to eat any of the chicken I made for myself last week. I made myself chicken and beans, and I'm going to have to throw all of that out because it didn't make it to the freezer. I say if it doesn't, it's only got 4 days to live in the fridge and then it's dead. So you got to get it in the freezer, ideally in 3 days. 4 days, you're pushing it. At least that's what the restaurants and the ChatGPT and that's what they all say. I seem to remember just eating things until it smelled bad, but apparently not all germs that can make you sick, you can't tell. They're always there. So anyway, I've been extra careful with all of that because it doesn't help to fix, save, and rescue produce. It's going to give you food poisoning. And yes, I joke that I'm a fix, save, and rescue kind of gal, as you know, attracted to the runaways and the lonely hearts and the creeps. I joke that now I've switched from that to produce. I was feeling like myself again today, and that was nice. I was even dancing in my kitchen, and then I realized, oh my God, the Hapcap guys are here in the other room. I really did forget for a moment because, you get caught up in that music, and I was in my dance trance and was like, oh, there's people in the house, but they didn't see me. I don't think. No, they didn't. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sorry, I get stuck sometimes. I don't know if it's these glasses. But my vision has been going blurry lately. I was just looking at that pillow with the palm trees on it, and they just went out of focus. But my eyes look better. I've been taking a lot of photos and videos of my eyes because that's where you can really see when I'm having an attack. You can see the difference in my eyes. And even, the worst is definitely over. I don't feel pain right now. I feel pretty relaxed. I'm pleased with the work I got done. It's just now 3 o'clock. This is when my work day starts, so I feel like I've gotten a lot done compared to how little I've gotten done in the last 6 days or so, 5. The time is just all blurring together. My calendar, I can't trust my calendar because I have a flip calendar, so it's like the flip calendar will say, something that was days before. So I'm not fully back online. I think I'm so happy I'm home. I'm happy I'm home. And it's my actual day off, so I don't have to feel guilty for calling off. I feel like they tried to give me something I could snort up my nose, and I said no, I don't like putting anything in my nose, any kind of already I feel like there's something going right through here. Like I feel like there's a fumes in my nose, but there's not. I haven't put anything in my nose or breathed anything unusual. But that's part of what happens with migraines is the nerves just start misfiring and you feel itchy and just weird sensations. Like, where's that coming from? I'm not doing anything to. It's like.